Thank you so much for joining us at noon. I'm Ozzy Mora. Week one of the Robert Tellis murder trial coming to an end in just a few hours. It's been a dramatic week of jury selection and testimony. Tellis is accused of stabbing to death investigative newspaper reporter Jeff German in 2022. 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne joins us live with the latest from the courtroom. Kyle.
Ozzy, the prosecution is most of the way through calling their 20 or so witnesses in the case against disgraced politician Robert Tellis. So far today, the jury of 7 men and 7 women are hearing lots of blood and DNA evidence from experts. The jury heard from the lab technicians and scientists responsible for processing and testing evidence for blood. Prosecutors have long said that Tellis' DNA was under German's fingernails. Those scientists tested the fingernails and concluded, within a scientific certainty, that that is indeed the case. The jury is hearing a lot of evidence, many items tested, first for blood and DNA, then for German's blood and DNA specifically, and then for Tellis's. Not every piece of evidence was a match. Scientists also tested clothing and the straw hat they say Tellis wore when he stabbed German, but that hat had too many people's DNA on it to conclude anything about anyone's DNA.
So for the straw hat, referencing my report, excuse me, the pieces were impounded separately, and at the time this item was screened or examined, excuse me, there were a few areas that were screened for blood. They were all negative presumptive blood tests.
Showing you what's been marked and admitted as State's Exhibit 274. In reference to the DNA reference sample from Mr. German, excluded, not included. There's no DNA from Mr. German found on these pieces.
Yes, I believe that is most likely the lab item 16, swab from piece of black, white, and gray rubber. And yes, you are correct. Jeffrey German was excluded.
Tellis' lawyer, Robert Draskevich, isn't really disputing that DNA evidence. He's been saying a lot of it may have been planted, that Tellis was framed. One scientist testified that German's DNA wasn't found on bloody scissors found inside Tellis' home, but it was Tellis' DNA found on those scissors. This trial is expected to last 2 weeks. We're done with week one almost, and the prosecution says they plan on calling those 20 witnesses, as I said, and I think number 20 is on the stand right now. So we may get to the defense part of this case relatively soon. They say they may be calling 10 witnesses of their own. Reporting live at the Regional Justice Center, Kyle Payne, 8 News Now.